obviously the big thing going on right now. Just got a new strength and conditioning coach. From what we're hearing with Tyler, was a big push from the players, really wanting him to step up and take that role. Talk to us about that a little bit and what he means to you guys.
Well, yeah, Tyler's a great coach, and definitely excited for the future with him. Yeah, he came here about around the same time that I enrolled last year, and he's done nothing but great things. And he's grown. I've seen a difference, and he's taken on once Fitz got here, he took on a little bit bigger of a role, and now that Fitz is gone, he's going to be the head guy, and I'm really excited for him.
Now, it's been stated that not much is going to change with him taking over. Is that true? That he's kind of just picking right where things left off, and it's just normal, maybe just a little bit different tempo with Tyler, obviously a different personality.
Yeah, no, it's not much of a big change. Things have been pretty much on the same. This has been a pretty smooth transition since he started taking over.
Awesome. That's good to hear. I mean, a lot of people obviously were wondering, and I think it's a big factor. But we've been hearing nothing but great things about the strength and conditioning program, so that's good to hear. Dave, what you got for him, boss?
Yeah, obviously Darnell Stapleton, he left the program and he was obviously a big factor in your recruitment. Obviously, been coaching with him. How did some of the offensive line and take that as the players and everything meshing well with Rob Sale?
Oh yeah, honestly, since Coach State left, I mean, our immediate reaction was just being happy for him. We're excited for him to get another opportunity. And obviously, it hurts a little bit losing a coach, a guy that we've all grown to love. He was a big part of my recruitment, but I really fell in love with the program at UF and the school, not necessarily just the coach. And while he was a big factor, I mean, I'm so excited to be a Gator, and I'm just really excited for him and his future.
So most of your recruitment and primarily why you joined the University of Florida, obviously the coaching goes into it. You want to learn what the position coaches and you want to learn what their technique and some of their style and then some of the other things about that when you're recruiting. But like obviously you're stating you just wanted to be a Florida Gator. You've always wanted to be a Florida Gator and you could care less if Shelton was coaching offensive line. Is that correct?
Well,
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I trust Coach Napier and our coaches to make a good decision with whoever they bring in going forward. And I mean, yeah, of course, I fell in love with the school, but coaching does play a fact in it. It is what it is, though. I'm excited for him in his future.
so
Yeah.
to be clear, you would still stay if I was the offensive line coach. That's what
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
okay, fair.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Shelton's got a lot of energy. You might like him too, but
Hey,
yeah, I'm just we got to mess with you a little bit, you know.
I love it. I do want to talk now, Jay, because I mean, look, I obviously it's no secret. I think there's going to be a big expectation for you to take a big step up this coming season. Talk to us a little bit about some things that you learned. Obviously, you're as a freshman, some things you learned last year, some things you did well that you would hope to improve on, and some things that look wasn't that great on, but I've got it figured out, and this year I'm really going to take a step up that maybe we didn't probably notice from watching.
Yeah, so the biggest thing for me, like going into this year, will just be like the speed of the game slowing down for me.
Mm,
Um, Like, coming in, there's a lot of new things you learn, and like the speed of the game is just faster. Defenses move faster.
mm.
Fronts change, blitzes, and all that type of stuff. So really, for me, it was just like allowing the game to slow down. And I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to that in the spring and going into fall camp and stuff like that. But I mean, that and also just changing my body. Working in the off season, the spring during the summer to just transfer my body and continue to like prepare for the schedule we got next year. So that's
So talk
really
to me.
cool.
I love hearing when I talk to players like yourself. You guys always kind of use that having the game slow down for me. When I hear that, what I'm imagining is kind of trying to take yourself out, kind of get a bird's eye view, and right, and being able to and not overreacting because you got the line shifting left and right, or you see a linebacker blitzing, and not just right sticking to what you know, owning your spot and trusting the guys around you. Is that what you're alluding to, or am I off on that presumption?
Yeah, you got it exactly right. One thing that our coaches have always said since we got here was just like knowing what to do will allow you to play a lot faster. Like when I'm not worried about my assignment, I can focus on my technique a lot more,
Sure.
and that will be like next year will be even once I know what I'm able to do. Like it's just going to be a lot faster and smoother when I'm playing.
Now, we had Austin Barber on. Love him. The O lineman I love. I think you guys are just the most bubbly group of guys out there in a good way. You're good bubbly. Because obviously you gotta be dogs too. What
Yeah.
can you give us an idea of what this line's gonna look like heading into spring? I know there's obviously gonna be some changes, but we've got some turnover, we got some guys coming in. What is the thought process right now, if you know what people can expect to look like for this O line and blocking Graham Mertz?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this spring and going into fall camp would just be a lot of competition.
Cool.
I think we have a lot of young guys in the room that'll take some big steps forward, like guys in my class and in the
Good.
24 class and enrollees. I think they got a chance to really just grow and continue to learn. I mean, and for my class specifically, it'll be another full cycle, another year through the program. Knowing all the plays and being good with all the workouts and stuff like that. So I feel like there could be a lot of competition. We also have some older guys in the room, some transfers as well, and I think it'll be a good mix of everybody. Just seeing how the competition shakes out.
Great. And I love hearing that again, just the competition. That's great to hear. I do want to and I'll let Dave, you go after this. Who's going to be a breakout guy for you on the offensive side of things? Somebody that we're sleeping on. Who's Najee got pinned on the board?
In terms of offense or O line specifically?
Can you do both? Overall
Um,
offense and then O line by itself. I think that's a juicy one.
that's a good one. I mean, I would say I'm not sure that he slept on anything, but I'm excited for what Trey Wilson will do next year. I think he's gonna have an
Mhm.
amazing year. He puts in a lot of work. He was actually my roommate this last semester. So just being close with him and knowing the amount of work he puts in, I'm excited to see how he'll do taking on a little bit of a bigger role this year. And then for the O line, I mean, one guy that I guess probably heard a lot about is Rod Kearney. He works his butt off, and I'm excited to see how he does this spring.
That's awesome. And real quick, Dave, because the roommate thing, you said last semester. I've heard about, the players moving roommates. Do you guys choose that, or is that a coaching staff thing to have the players just get to know everybody? How does that process work? I've always been intrigued with that.
We're able to request roommates, but for the most part, it's a good mix. Like, I also roomed with Shamar, or I still live with Shamar right now, and I live with Jaden Robinson, a linebacker, and I live with some O linemen now. So it's been a good mix, and I think they do a good job of like mixing it up. So we have, friends that we're able to get close with all parts of the team.
Cool. Good. Sorry, Dave.
Oh,
Burner.
good, man. No, you obviously were at IMG Academy, and that is a school that pumps out talent, and it's all about football and it's all about sports. You transitioned to college, and what is the biggest takeaway that you got from transitioning from high school to college? It doesn't really necessarily have to be on field; it can be, but off field, on field. What did you notice the most, and what kind of like took you by surprise being a college athlete?
Well, I wouldn't say it was as much of a surprise, but just having to kind of grow up, being an adult. I mean, like I was kind of already on that track a little bit at IMG, but they still kind of held your hand a little bit. They made sure everything was straight. But I mean, here you're kind of on your own. You gotta show up to things on time. Stop your training and all that type of stuff. The things that you do when nobody's watching. I think that stuff translates to on the field a lot more um, than in high school because things were kind of always scheduled and routine. But here it's kind of like you're a little bit on your own more. That's probably the biggest difference.
And of course, college football is changing, it's evolving. You got NIL now, obviously Florida Victorious. I'm sure you've talked to them before you got here. You wouldn't be on the show, obviously, if you weren't talking to them. But what would you say is different from Florida's NIL, Florida Victorious, than some other ones? I know probably some other colleges probably pitched some NIL to you as well on the recruiting trail, discussing what it's like. What's different? What sets Florida's NIL apart from those?
Well, for me in particular, I didn't really make my college decision based off NIL, so it wasn't really a lot of shopping around. I would say, so to speak. But for me, one thing that I've noticed that's I haven't noticed at other places, like a good majority of our roster is on Florida Victorious, and like even not just like the star big time players, but even some of the guys that are lower on the depth chart, special team guys and stuff like that. So not all of us, but a good amount of us are still on the Florida Victorious. And I think that's something that I haven't seen a lot.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could attest to that. Yeah. I thought that was interesting too when you see the list coming out. It's like, man, that's a lot of people that they're backing there. So that's great. I love it. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have them on my alerts too. When somebody else gets like introduced or something, it's like consistently the notifications I get. It's just like unreal. It's like,
Yeah,
man, they a whole bunch of people.
I thought I was
Um,
going to get an offer. It was close for a minute. I think it was touch and go. I was just waiting for the phone call.
yeah, that's
it's
another thing. All the other sports that we have as well. And then one thing that's also I don't see as often is like the charity that we're able to do, like the giving back to the community that we do through Florida Victorious. I think that's something that's different, and that's something I love about it. You know, being able to give back to the community.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit more. Kind of like you're just a volunteer. I have the picture showed up now of what that's mean for you. I know we've talked about other guys with that. You get to obviously be with your team. I've seen you're building houses almost every other day. It just there's a lot of cool things you're learning about building house, but also too just getting to give back to the community. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it means a lot. Being able to contribute to things like the YMCA. That's one that I love going to a lot. To go hang out with the kids for a few hours and play games, play board games, play kickball and all types of stuff like that. Because I was once in those shoes, you know, I went to the Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, all that type of stuff when I was a kid. And then also like going to the Habitat for Humanity, being able to build houses and volunteer our time to give a house to a first time homeowner, and then even like Made for More, going to the school program, you know, talking to some less fortunate kids, and you know, giving them hope and some inspiration.
Love that.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I was about to say I'm 40 years old, man, and that would make me feel good as a 40-year-old to do that. So I
For
think
sure.
that's really cool that Florida Victorious does, do that kind of stuff, especially, and you guys get to experience that and see what it's like to help others out as well, because it's a good feeling, man. A lot of people don't realize that, like, getting gifts on Christmas is great, but giving them back is even better. So it makes you feel a lot more better about yourself. And we talk about here about college football and all that other kind of stuff. And there's so many changes. You got NIL, you got portal, you got a lot of other stuff. You've seen some of your teammates come and go from the transfer portal. Um, I've sort of like I like it and I don't like it. If there was anything you could change from college football, what would you change? Whether it was like a good thing or a bad thing, what would you change from college football as it is right now?
I would say there needs to be some. If I had to change anything, there needs to be more structure in terms of like the NIL, the transfer portal. I feel like right now it's kind of like the Wild Wild West,
Mm.
and it's very like I don't even know how to put the words on it. It's hard to even speak on because there's not much like to it. It's just like kind of because you know there's all this like basically like investigations and stuff going on, and it's just like I feel there's a lot of uncertainty and especially towards the future. Like how long is it going to be like this? And you know players are able to just come and go based off you know NIL and stuff like that. I feel like there needs to be a lot more structure.
Do you feel that it's a little bit of a distraction at times in the sense of like, man, we just want to play ball, and then it's just we're constantly not that you guys are being involved with it, but it's noise around the campus when it's just like it feels like it's unnecessary at times. It's like, can we just I'm just ready to get to spring practice and just read the spring notes of you pancaking somebody. You know what I mean? And it feels like it's being overshadowed with just this stuff constantly. Which look, there's a lot of great things that come from it, but like you said, it seems like it's the Wild Wild West, so it's almost it needs a little bit of structure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that a lot of times people lose focus on like the main goal. For me, I never wanted NIL to be like a distraction or something that was big in my decision making because I know that at the end of the day, I wanted to go somewhere where I can grow and develop as a person on and off the field, and you know, reach my full potential to one day chase my dreams of going to the NFL. And I mean, while NIL is important right now, I mean, I feel like it's kind of just pennies compared to what you can make in the NFL one day if you know stay focused and not focus on that type of stuff.
Oh man, you're gonna have the people rowdied. They're gonna love that answer. We just need about 72 more of you. We'll be 85 more of you. We'll be locked in. You know? I love it. What else you got, Dave?
Yeah, I have to ask, man. We do this show a lot. We get a lot of viewers, a lot of subscribers are on this show. I gotta know, man, is there any person that you know on the team or at the school, not necessarily that watches our show? Let's hope they do, but do you know of anybody that listens to any Gator shows, YouTube's, podcasts, anything like that?
Um, that's a good one. I mean, I would say it's a few good amount of people. I mean, some of my teammates and my roommates like that I hang out with. I mean, we've thrown on a couple of videos like just chilling when we see it, on the recommended or whatever. I mean, before I got here, not as much now because I kind of try to like stay away from it. But I used to
Sure.
watch you guys. I used to watch you guys a little bit. Watch like 24/7 sports and all that type of stuff, just to keep up to date with like recruiting and stuff like that. I would say a good amount of players do watch some shows here and there, but also me personally, I try to like not, look at other people's opinions too much and just focus on, what I know is right from like the truth. Because a lot of people like to talk from the outside, but they don't really understand what's going on the inside. So
Sure. So if you
yeah,
had to like pick a favorite Gator podcast, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love it. That's awesome, man. That's cool. I figure, I mean, I'm sure with all the nonsense, like it's cool to watch it every now and then, but it probably just like anything else, it's like, all right, we just go play some ball, boys. That's a good answer, though.
yeah,
That's cool. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, we're at the end of the day, everybody's just talking heads anyway, so they don't really know what's going on inside or whatever you guys talk about there on the field. So, I guess it can for a student athlete, it can get frustrating if you do pay too much attention to it. I mean, obviously, if you're doing good, you're gonna get a lot of praise, but if you make that small little minute mistake, they're gonna be all over you. So I kind of do get it where like some student athletes can get frustrated with some people and all of that, but and something else that I wanted to ask you because there's something that frustrates me a lot. I saw some stupid graphic out there on Twitter that said we're going to be like a 2-10 team this season, and Vegas has us at 5.5 games this season. What are your thoughts on the projected win totals?
I would say I don't look at them at all. I mean, then they really mean nothing because anybody can predict anything and things can go a lot different. I think all that matters is what happens when we put the ball down. And the things that we do and we work hard every day to get to the fall and get those wins. So I feel like it really means nothing.
So Gators by a million.
Yes,
Exactly.
What I'm talking
I
about.
told you, hey, we're going 12-0, baby, all the way.
All right,
Sure.
I got a couple more questions, Andre. I first of all love you.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you again for coming on the show. Tell them where they can find you on Twitter, really quick, and Instagram. I know you're popular on Instagram as well.
Yeah, both my Twitter and Instagram is at Nijeh KNIJEAH, just my name.
Perfect. And also, I tagged you in our Twitter too if you want to go find him and follow him. But what can we expect from Mertz Mania and DJ Lagway head into this next season? What give us a little bit of a taste, just a little bit, not much, just to like I just want a little bite. I just want a bite. I don't need the whole slice.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to see what happens with the quarterback room. I mean, there's a whole lot of talent in there. I know Graham had a great season last year, and I'm very excited to see what he does next year. I love the leadership he shows, and he's just working hard every day. Just one of the better influences on the team, and one of the better guys I've been around. Like his approach to the game is just such like a pro mentality. And I see him work every day. Him and DJ as well. Seeing DJ learn from him, I'm very excited to see how DJ does this spring. How he grows as a player as well.
Now we've had some changes. We were talking earlier with coaches and strength and conditioning, and that's a lot over this off season. But it still feels like with the interviews we had and just getting as much information from as we can on the inside that just hey, new day, brick by brick, let's keep moving. The team doesn't seem phased by anything. It just the goal is still the same. Let's go win some football games. Everyone's all bought into the process and understanding that what is happening is just part of the game, and we're not going to lose sight of what's at stake. Am I right in that process, or is it even stronger than what we can feel?
Yeah, I mean, we have a great like group of guys, and I think we all have a common goal. And while we may lose a person here or there, that just comes with it. Like it's college football. It's like a revolving door, and for me especially, I've dealt with it in high school as well. So there's nothing that's gonna phase me. We all work hard every day. So just one or two people leaving here and there won't change our main goal.
Is there a game we had a few guys left leave? We're gonna play three of those teams. We're not gonna name names, but we got any games circled that it's a little more personal now.
I would say the first game. That's the one I'm looking at right now. Just,
Okay.
me being
He's not giving it to it. I like it. Okay.
yeah. For me personally, I was a Miami Hurricane fan growing up, so it's a little bit of a bitter situation there. So I'm
Okay.
definitely excited to travel with those guys.
Well, I love it. Okay. Put it to him then.
Game one, baby. Game one.
I'm
Sure.
excited. Hey, you got anything else for him, Dave?
Nah, man, I'm good. I thank you for coming on. I know Shelton usually does the introductions and the goodbyes here, but I just want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for being part of the Florida Gators, and thank you for wreaking havoc this season because I can't wait to see you out there.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you, Najee. Again, such a pleasure, man. I love you to death. I think you're a phenomenal young man. I cannot wait to see you crush it next year. If we're able to have you back on before or during the season, obviously you're more than welcome to, man. Have a great rest of your night, and go Gators, man.
Have a good night. Go Gators. Appreciate you guys.